Mr. Finn Slavin. How are you doing today, bub?
Good, how are you?
Not too shabby. Excited to kind of go over this data with you.
Okay.
So, without going over numbers, so don't be like, well, I see that my bat speed got faster or anything like that. Kind of just give me a quick, brief run through. How was December for you? Did it feel like a good month? Did it feel like a bad month? Were you working on anything in particular? Kind of just give me a run through of like, how did it feel from your perspective, from your view, the month of December?
Well, last month was probably like the most I've ever come in, and I felt really good. It was a bat speed month, and I was able to definitely increase on that and feel like more comfortable swinging it faster. And yeah, just like I feel like I got a lot better elevating the ball instead of rolling over. And yeah,
Hell yeah, baby.
yeah,
I love it. So let's run through this real quick. Okay. Few ways that we can look at this when we're going over the numbers. You can look at December to November. You can also look at December to October. One is the previous month versus the latest month. The other is the latest bat speed month versus the previous bat speed month. Okay. So almost pretty much the exact same bat speed average when looking at October to
right.
December. It makes sense that we increase a mile an hour from November to December, bat speed month versus bat to ball month.
Right.
Now, the really cool thing that I want to kind of showcase on this is going to be look at your max. So we were able to essentially break your glass ceiling of the bat speed that you were able to do,
Right.
and be able to offer a little bit higher highest output rather than it being like a 61, 62, a 58. You're able to get close to a 65. I love that. Great job. And it didn't necessarily come from like sacrificing. It looked like where one was super fast and then everything else was like super slow. It looked like you were able to maintain that over a consistent amount of time,
Yeah.
which is awesome. I love that. Rotation, exact same from the previous
Yeah.
month. Again, not necessarily a bad thing. Okay. Would I have liked to see this rotation average be more like the 13 like the previous months have been?
Right.
Yes. Is it in a world that you were down 0.6 on your average? No, not the end of the world. Now, what I will say, and I hope, and this is why we look over this data to find trends in the future in your next upcoming off season. And I've had this conversations with all the other guys that this is kind of essentially like going through like your first full off season where there's bat speed phases, bat to ball phases, like everything's planned and programmed out.
Right.
The main thing that I want us to take away is, let's see, I believe July. Oh, it was August. So I don't think you came in August. August was the first bat speed month. So it was going to go August, bat speed, September, bat to ball, October, bat speed, November, bat to ball, December, bat speed, and then start with the mixed pitch. The idea of this is I want us to be able to bump up our max and our average in the first bat speed. It was probably going to come down just a little bit. Right. But then on the next one, we gain up. So that way we may, let's say we gain 4 miles an hour in a bat speed month, and then when we go to bat to ball, ideally we only like, let's say, lose 2 of those that we gained.
Right.
So now we're at a higher floor when we start the following bat speed. Right. The idea of that is we want to try and make it to where once we get to January, hopefully, ideally, we've gained like maybe 4 to 6 miles an hour on our average going into, because once we do get to January, February, March, that average is probably going to drop back down again, because now our focus isn't like I'm trying to get bat speed. Now the focus is let me get a base hit. Yeah. Let me find a place for me to get on right now. Right. So ideally, bat speed months, we're looking to try and gain 2 to 4. Bat to ball, we're expecting to lose 1 to 2. Yeah. And then mixed pitch, we're expecting probably lose like 3. Yeah. So with that, if we are able to throughout the off season gain that 5 to 6 when we go to mixed pitch, now it's not like we're going below what our previous average was. We're still gaining, but it's not like you're just willy-nilly swinging as fast as you can, because we've had the bat speed phases and the bat to ball. It's kind of like a complementary to it. So next time when we come back around and we go through the same thing where it's August, September, October, November, December, I think you did a good job this past offseason with it, but hopefully this next time it comes around and you're looking at it, it's like, hey, I remember doing this last year. I maybe only gained a couple of miles an hour of bat speed, I want to try and gain like 3 to 4.
Right.
And so maybe we increase our whiff rate a little bit in those months, but maybe we gain way more in the bat speed.
Right.
And that's a lot of like what the goal is throughout this offseason. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So hopefully, like I said, you didn't do a bad job at all. Like I'm pumped with where we're at. Hopefully this next offseason though, there's a little bit more context, a little bit more understanding of like, what are we trying to get out of this month? Like,
right.
Were you here last night? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was someone here last night
Yeah.
in your groups that has drastically regressed. Like we had great bat speed, great bat to ball, and then all of a sudden, within the last like month, we've decided to have an average bat speed from 56 down to like 49.
Yeah.
And this is like the worst time to all of a sudden decide like, hey, I'm just gonna drop 7 miles an hour bat speed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, hopefully this is kind of helping out a little bit too with like this upcoming season of like, what am I trying to get out of this offseason?
Right.
Okay. So like I said, great job there. Would have liked to seen a little bit of an increase there, but it's not the end of the world. It's understandable. Okay. Right. I'm a big fan of where we're at with your bat path, dude. Big fan. So in the past, we were at a 3. When you first started coming, 9, 3, 6, 6, 2, 5, 6, 4, 5. So we've done a great job of getting it into like what I would deem like playable. Like this is very playable.
Yeah.
Right. Like this is where you're going to be able to hit balls in the gap over the infield, rather than it being like just balls on the ground or just balls straight up. Like you've
Right.
done a great job of getting the ball, like you said, in the air more. And it's not like getting the ball in the air is way more pop flies. Like to me, in my definitions, a line drive is a ball in the air. Just get the ball in the air. You know what I'm saying? Get the ball to the outfield. Now, does that mean that I want to ban you from hitting ground balls? No. I just want to ban where every hit was essentially a ground ball. So I think you've done an amazing job with that and your bat path. Any comments, questions, or concerns when looking over the blast motion side of things?
No.
Beauty. Now, moving on, look at the jump in the average, brother. That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
That's huge. And especially when looking at it from October standpoint too, that's massive.
Yeah.
That's almost 6 mile an hour jump in 2 months on your average.
Yeah.
That's huge, dude. That's huge. Because it's nice if we increase our max. But that also could have been just one swing in that 1 month.
Yeah.
And if that increases, awesome. But what about the other hundreds of swings that you took? You know what I'm saying? So the fact that you're able to increase your average while also increasing your top 8, while also increasing your max, everything went up, dude.
Yeah.
That's pretty hype. How do you feel about that?
Feel great.
Is there anything drill-wise, thought process-wise, like what do you think allowed you in December to kind of unlock and kind of reach this level of fin status that we haven't seen before?
I guess just probably having to do with it like being a bat speed month. I was like starting to get like a lot more confident. And I'm guessing like this bat speed and then like increasing that correlating to actually like the exit velocity like definitely helped a lot. Specific drills, I mean, I don't know. I've mostly been just doing like the same ones, but
which are
like pivot picks, hunter pens, step backs, and then just like long bat, hammer bat, just like connection ball. Yeah.
Nice. I like that. I'm a big fan of all these going up, dude.
Yeah.
Big fan of all these going up.
Totally.
I'm going to kind of jump ahead slightly too.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a bat speed month. Your whiff rate went down. Your whiff rate went down.
Yeah.
Bat speed average stayed around the same.
Yeah.
Rotation stayed around the same.
Yeah.
Bat path, in my opinion, a little better. Whiff rate went down. Exit velocities went up.
Yeah.
If I was trying to create a month in the lab where I'm like, give me like the best opportunity to have a good month, this is what I think ChatGPT would spit out for me.
Yeah.
Lower whiff rate, increase exit velocities. Big fan.
Yeah.
And we also did it where we have been working on the launch angle aspect, trying to get the ball in the air. And with that, there always is like a calibration phase, because we went from a lot of balls on the ground to, hey, get the ball in the air. So then all of a sudden we kind of like reworked it to get up here.
Right.
And all of a sudden we found a spot where we're like, hey, maybe a little too much.
Yeah.
Let's find that happy medium. And I don't know what to call that besides a happy medium.
Yeah.
Like, good Lord. Good Lord. I love this. Another thing that we can look at too, okay? Horizontal launch angle. So that's looking at the exit direction of you hitting the ball, left or right side. Second base is going to be 0.
Mhm.
Left field line's -45.
Yeah.
Right field line's +45. So everything else in the past has been up the middle or backside. So that's 9.9 degrees right of second base, 2.2 degrees right of second base. Look at this guy sneaking in there. A little bit pull side fin.
Yeah.
Pull side fin? What? I want to go back to a conversation that we had one day. I think it was when you first started kind of getting back in after the fall season. And we were just kind of babying stuff to the right side. And I asked you, like, hey, what we're doing? You're like, well, got to hit it to the right side, don't I? How we feel now?
A lot better, yeah.
I don't want to take away. I don't want to sit here and make like Finn. I want you to ignore everything right of second base for the rest of your life. Not the case. This is another, I think, kind of aspect of the launch angle where it's like you've been so used to everything trying to, rather than drive it to the right side, it just had to end up on the right side.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I just want to drive it.
Yeah.
I just want to hit this hard. And that has slowly kind of migrated it to a little bit more pull side. I like this number and I like this number.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I do not like that number.
Right.
That to me is too much backside for an average. If we're within 5 to 5, so -5 to +5, for me, that's a really good space.
Right.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. And especially I'm loving this launch angle. Let's go over to this side. This is another one that was something that we were working on. Top 8th launch angle. So if you look here, we're too much low, a little too high, a little too low. Perfect. Perfect. Nice little happy medium right there. Love that. So all of these, I'm a big fan of what you've been able to do with that. Let's see if we can keep the good times rolling though.
Yeah.
Okay. Any comments or questions or concerns on this portion?
No.
Beautiful. Let me switch to this guy. Let me... There we go. That works. Sweet. So, ropes percentage. So that is when you have a top 8th and it's between 5 to 15 launch angle.
Yeah.
So 9.4% of the time, you were able to do that.
Yeah.
Best numbers that you've had all here. And honestly, like, that's, if there was a number that I want you to have just skyrocket, it's going to be this number.
Right.
Now, do I think you'll be able to hit the ball out of the park? Yes. Do I think that's going to be your game? No. I think you're going to be that guy that they throw an off speed that's hanging. I think you're going to be the guy that when it's a 2-0 count kind of situation, like, and you're like, hey, I can jump on this.
Yeah.
That's where I think for Finn, you need to like, let's take advantage. Yeah. Let's go do this. Everything else though, I'm wanting you between this 5 and 15. So this ropes percentage for you is where I want you to just blossom.
Yeah.
All right. The bombs percentage, good job on being able to get this up there. I want you to look at something too though. When you had your highest bombs percentage, what was your average launch angle?
A lot higher.
Yes. So do I hate bombs percentage? No. But the thing is if you were to chase bombs percentage, that's now giving you a window of like 5 to 25.
Yeah.
Generally, you're also going to have a miss rate. So it's not like every ball is going to be 15 to 25 on that. You're probably going to be more like 10 to 30.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where for you, 30 is too high. I want for you to be aiming for the 5 to 15.
Yeah.
So that way your wiggle room is 0 to 20.
Mm-hmm.
That is where I think Finn is going to be able to explode. I think that's where you're gonna like look to have possibilities of like maybe all conference. I think that's where you're gonna have possibilities of talking about some all state type stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very possible. You match that up with your speed,
Yeah.
and we're in a golden situation, brother.
Right.
So this is a number I want you to work on to just get really high. This is a number that I want it to be your misses. So when you miss this, it falls into that category.
Right.
This number, great job. Okay. And I want you to also understand these percentages as well. When your top eighth increases like it does,
Yeah.
the level of acceptance for these numbers changes as well. So
Yeah.
previously, let's say there's a club that you can only enter if you're 5'10" or taller. So at that point, you're letting, we had a 42.6% admittance rate. Let's say that requirement now goes to 6 foot. That's where that drops down to there. It's
Right.
not that you didn't hit the ball as hard. You actually hit it so hard that you changed the requirements to enter the club. Does that make sense? So that's why this number dropped. It's not that you hit balls less hard.
Right.
You actually hit them harder to raise the entrance
Right.
level. So that's why that percentage dropped. And it's not like you went from like 42.6 to like 12, because to me that would mean that you had like 4 balls that you hit really hard and then everything else sucked. And so it raised your top eighth. You just hit a lot of balls hard. Like you just did it all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of that. So great job on that. And I kind of want to just go over why that number might look the way it does. Okay. Smash factor. This is something that Full Swing does calculate on their own. The difference is, and what I want you to notice is the smash factor that I'm looking at, if you notice, is separated into 2 different categories. We have a smash factor for your average exit velocity and your average bat speed. Then we have smash factor for your top 8th exit velocity and your top 8th bat speed. So when I say a 1.3 smash factor is going to be average, what we're looking to do is essentially take these 2 numbers and find the average of these 2. So if you notice, that number is going to be way higher than 1.3. But if you're looking at just this number, you're like, oh, I'm below average. Well, that's because the smash factor that I'm referring to is combining both of those. Now, when you're hitting and you see smash factor on Full Swing, your goal is to try and be in this category every single time. I want you a 1.3 or higher, ideally like a 1.35 or higher. Will put you in a really good spot, okay? Yeah. The other thing, when we're looking at your session summary of Full Swing right now, I'm talking to them. I'm trying. Yeah. We're in the right direction of the conversations right now, but they only show your top 50 hardest hits. Right. So if you come in and you have a session where you hit 100 baseballs, it's going to automatically not look at the bottom 50 that you hit and only look at the top 50. So when you look at that smash factor and you're like, oh, I'm averaging a 1.45, that's more going to be the top 8 right now. Now we're, like I said, we're in conversations. We're looking to change some of the drop down menus so that way it gives us more than just the top 50. So hopefully that comes pretty quick. So that way I don't have to keep having this conversation. Right. But I don't want you to like go, what the hell? What am I looking at? I want you to have a good idea. Okay. Yeah. By far the most amount of times you came. Yeah. How much of a difference did you notice it made?
Like, unbelievable amount.
It's a pretty big difference. Going from like 1 to 2 to 4, it's all of a sudden 9. And what was your goal originally?
12?
Yes, sir. Imagine if you even got to 12.
Yeah.
Now that's like the thing where at a certain point, like obviously if you were to come 12 times versus 14 times, maybe not the world's biggest difference, but maybe those 2 sessions that you did come to versus not coming to, maybe that's the time where all of a sudden you have that, oh, that's what I've got to do. Right. Oh, maybe that's the time we see left-handed breakers and all of a sudden the bat path all of a sudden just snaps. It's like, wait, I've got to just do that. So I'm not saying like you got to come 30 times in a session for it to be worth it. I'm not saying that coming twice is going to be a good thing either. Right. But I think you finding this 9, I think is going to put you in a pretty good spot. Do you have opportunity to do more? Yes. But I would say don't do less. Now that you've kind of tasted what it's like of being in here, and even you just said like how much that helped,
Yeah.
let's have like 8 be the lowest future. And I know you're going to have season stuff. I'm going to be
Yeah.
coaching too. I'm going to have it to where it's available. All
Okay.
right. Like I will find ways to make sure that this is available. It may not be the most opportunity. Like it may be like the 7:45, 8:30. And maybe it's like you have practice till 8. So
Yeah.
the 8:30 is the only session that's available. I'll have stuff available.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but also what I'm assuming you want to do is also not something that everyone can do. You have to be able to put in this time, this energy, this effort. What up, dude? How you doing today? Good talk.
Yeah.
So, good job with this. The 9 sessions. I love it. Great job. Keep rocking and rolling with it. Okay. Height-wise, we say the same. We've seen an increase apparently in January.
Yeah.
Big tall guy. Big tall guy. The weight-wise, doing a good job.
Yeah.
You're in the spot where, do I think you would benefit if you were in like the 160 mark? Yes. I do think you'd benefit from it. I don't obviously like you have something that is a plus thing. Speed. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you were someone that was like an average runner or slightly above average runner, I'd be like, Finn, we need to get bigger.
Yeah.
You're at the plus point where it's like that is a special gift that you have.
Right.
I don't want you to lose your special gift to get to 160.
Right.
If you were to lose your special gift, I would like to see you at like 175, because then the increase in strength side would be beneficial and it would make sense. I want you to figure it out of like play around with it.
Yeah.
See if 155 is a point where you're excelling above everyone else.
Right.
Let's say at 155.
Yeah.
If you are just slightly above everyone else when it comes to bat speed, strength, your power numbers, maybe we see what like 160 is kind of like.
Yeah.
And if all of a sudden we see a drastic drop in speed, back to 155.
Yeah.
Now, I'm also not saying let's get fat. I'm not saying let's get fat.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, what if we got to like 160 with like some extra bulk, like a little more of that?
Yeah.
I don't see there being a downside except for maybe the speed. I'm not honestly like, I don't think you would lose speed if you're gaining like the strength side of things.
Right.
Now, again, like if you just went to Krispy Kreme and that was everything that you ever ate, probably, you know. So, you're not like a red flag for me.
Yeah.
You're more of like a beige flag, yellowish flag, where it's like it could be better, but I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
Same page. Now, if you were 160, 165 with everything and staying the same, green flag, don't even want necessarily take time to discuss it. Okay. Let's see where we're at. Oh, do you have any comments, questions, or concerns over what we've gone over?
No.
Okay. Let's kind of take a little look at goals and see where we're at, if we're doing a good job. Ooh, 16 was actually the number. Wow. All right. 150 was your previous weight in November. Your goal weight by February was 159. I think you're at 155 right now.
Yeah.
So I think we're on a good pace for that. How are you rocking and rolling with your 3,000 calories?
Pretty good. Still,
doing a good job? Money. Very, very pumped with what you've been doing, dude. Top 8 was 73.1. Your goal was to get to 79 by February. I think we're at 79.6.
Yeah, or like 9 or 8, something like that.
We're right there, dude. Great job. I love that. And your goal bat speed average was 58. I think we're at 57. So we're just below that, but we ain't to February yet. So we got a little wiggle room.
Yeah.
All right. So great job on that. Knocking out all the goals. Reminder, this fourth sheet is a little kind of weekly breakdown of your hours. If you're ever kind of getting to a point where with season rolling in, hey, I've got training, I've got school, I've got baseball. What do I have time for?
Right.
This is where you could go out, try it out, put in some numbers and just see, does that make sense for you? Does it not? What do you have to eliminate? What do you have to do? Same page?
Yeah.
All right. Great job on this. Let's take a little look and gander at what programs or what warm-ups we should be doing this time. What very first one I believe is bats. What bats do you like using from the previous months that we've done this?
Strider's hammer, long bat, paddle bat, thin bat.
Let's throw all those in there then. Is that as low as you can get there, Chase? Thank you.
Yeah, that's about it.
Money. I'm good with those, honestly. Keep rocking just to a session. All right. I really want to make sure that it's not like a brand new setting every round and you're almost having to relearn something. I want each session to kind of carry over into itself a little bit. Next one, is it variables?
Tools.
Tools. What tools have you liked using?
I've been doing like angle board, block, connection ball.
Let's throw those down. Let's throw down, I told you about this one yesterday, neck band. It's a new one that's going crazy across the country. Beauty. And is that 4?
Yeah.
Okay. We're good with 4, I
Okay.
think. Next one, variables. What variables have you been liking?
Swing holds, whip backs, floor touch. Yeah.
Beauty. Let's add all those. And then let's look to stick to one of those for all 3 rounds.
Yeah.
The whip backs are probably my favorite for you on that.
Right. Yeah.
I like that a lot for you. Was that 3?
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
I'm good with that. Drills. What drills have you been liking? Oh, do you like angle board? Did you mention that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, perfect. Never mind then.
I've been
Drills.
doing pivot picks, step backs, 100 pence or big poppy, 180s, lassos.
Let's add all those in there. There's going to be one other one that I'll have you add whenever you get those put together. And it's going to be pendulums. Spell it however you want. You're probably going to spell it correctly. Outside of that, I think we're in a good spot.
Yep.
Let's go over into the other cage. Let's go over the ones that you may have a question about.
Yep.
And let's get rocking and rolling.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Warm up cage. And you can take a picture and then you can bring the whiteboard into the cage if you want. One thing I will say, and I'm not worried about it with you, make sure we take the whiteboard back out. A few of the guys have been leaving them in there, and then one of them got broken because someone dropped the angle board on it. And now it's like all busted in the back and all messed up. So, again, it wasn't you. I'm not worried about you. All right, let's hop in there. Let me get a time lapse started. How's the drive down? Good? If you look at the Weather Channel, they're making it seem like the apocalypse is coming. Okay, good. All righty, sir. Are there any in particular that you're like, what is this? Okay. You feel good with neckband? No worries. Let's go with neckband to start. So both hands are going to go in, going around your neck. This hand will slide into this guy. This hand will slide into this guy. So that way both hands around, and we'll grab the bat. What bat would you like to use right now? And you can use gamer too. I'm fine with it. battle, money. So set up, we're here. Okay, same thing. Smiley face facing you. The idea with this is, I think sometimes when you get, not necessarily, well, I guess handsy, you will, like the hands will kind of want to jet out in front, okay? With this, we're trying to make it to where if you do notice like a jetty move, you're gonna feel that resistance band. Our hands really shouldn't be anything more than just here. Yeah, give me a low and away fastball with your hand. I apologize, with your hand. Yep. So we're here. Hands don't have to go too far away. Go even lower. See what I'm saying? So I want your hands nothing more than just this. Let the barrel go to the ball rather than trying to go hands to get there. Same page? Yes, sir. And then one hand there, one hand there. There you are. Fastball is like the normal routine, okay? Go. Hitter start still. Yep, just regular. Yeah. How's that feel? Nice. Let's keep rocking a few more. We'll probably go like 12 with this setup. There you go. One more and we'll chat. Good. Not done with the drill yet. I kind of want to just go over it. The good ones. What do you feel? What do you notice? The bad ones. What did you notice?
I was like extending it.
Did you feel it? Yeah. So main thing is like I just want you to feel it, right? And everything that we're doing in this cage is to prep us for there. Because ideally, what happens in there, we're trying to make as close to what it would be like if you were in a game, right? So this is trying to make it to where, all right, what are maybe some of the issues we have? Okay, so now just fight for that feeling. Fight for that feeling. We'll go through, let's get like another like 6 or so in there, all right? And then we'll make the adjustment to whatever else, pendulum probably, whatever else you have questions on, but keep fighting for that feeling, okay? So like on that guy, you kind of feel, okay? Let me see your body go. So one of the nice things about this is we're trying to avoid the hand yank. We can still hinge and get lower to that pitch. I'm not needing you to try and like there. Give me just a hair more here on that low pitch. This is also one of the reasons why we try and make it to where we do a really good job of allowing that foot to stay in the air. Because if I'm here and that's a low pitch, I now can hinge before I land. If I'm getting to here and then seeing it, now I'm trying to hinge as I'm swinging. Way too many things are kind of going on. It's pretty difficult. So what we're looking for is here, see it low, hinge. So that way, right when the foot lands, now it's just a go. Same page? Beaut. Close. Later, early on that. I have you a little early on it. What was your point of contact? Okay, and was that in, middle, or out? So I think you just caught it a hair too far out here rather than just back here on that. Just a little bit. Just a skush. Yeah, better. Close. Better. There we go. Let's go ahead. Let's go some pendulums. You can get rid of the neck band. You can grab whatever bat you want to use as well. Money. So with pendulums, you may have seen some of the other guys rocking them out of recent, but I want you to imagine like you have a flashlight at the end of that bat coming out of the cup. Okay, I'll switch with it real fast. Go right here for me. What we're doing with this, straight down, boom, we're here, almost like you're golfing. Okay, I want you to imagine like there's a flashlight coming out of this end. Your goal is to try and keep it to me. You're gonna try and go all the way up to me. Imagine like this white line goes all the way up to me, all the way down, following the white line, staying on that white line, to me, white line, to me. Once you point to me for the third time, I'm going to start feeding it. You'll go from here, into your load, and swing. Sound good? Nice. Whoa. Close. What are you feeling on that? So I think it's looking, I'm liking what I'm seeing. But it looks like to me like your path is kind of coming boom and extend through it. It's kind of boom and kind of coming this way. So I want you to think, yeah, do a bat pointer. Let's go bat pointers to right center. Let's see if that helps anything. Really tough pitch, but I like it. Keep working for that bat pointer to right center. Close. Close. I think I see what you're trying to do. So I know we've talked a lot about trying to get the ball in the air. Okay. I think we may be coming at this a hair too, and I'm trying to be careful because I'm almost wanting to not steep, because I almost want you to be a hair more steep, and I'll explain why. But it's almost more like like here. Think like a triangle. So you're going like here to here rather than being like here to here.
I'm really still coming around.
Yeah. So I want you thinking like, so even less on that up part. I want you, yeah, think a hair more like here to here. Because once you get to here, that's when your swing is going to start to work its way up naturally. Yes. And notice what you're doing now. So I think you were almost trying to, I think you were trying to like force it down to work on and get it up. And I know exactly why. We just had a whole conversation of doing that. But this pitch is going to be a hair different with that. So I want you thinking even more so like kind of coming there. Yes. And then once you get to here, because what goes down must. Bingo. Same page? Beautiful. Better. Close. Better. That's the best one. Fight for another one like that. Close. Maybe like a quarter of an inch off. That's all the difference is right there. Grab the paddle real quick and go slow motion to point of contact. And just look at where that paddle face is at. I want you thinking, notice how this paddle's kind of here? I want you to think a little bit more there. Just literally just a skosh. Because right now we're here. And so then as you get to here, now we're working that just a hair too much. So I think if you literally just bring it down just a little bit. Yes. Yes. Stick with the paddle just for that feeling. And just so you know, anytime you're having that same issue where you feel like you're just kind of missing, go ahead. If it's not even on your thing, just grab the paddle. Like I'm very good with that. The whole point of this is to find out like what are the things you need to work on to then work on. We'll go 3 more max, okay? Close. Think less hands. Think like keep the hands closer to your neck. Let the barrel go get it. Oh, I like that. I like that. Make your adjustment. Close. Happy medium between those two. Last one right here. You got this. Happy medium right here. JK, last one no matter what. You got this. Oh, my bad. I had you off on one. My bad. Close. Let's get picked. Are you in groups tonight at all? Okay. Do you want to be? I think there's an opening at 8:30 if you wanted. Okay. Only if you want. The same thing when I offer during those group sessions too. What was that? We're working on it, but it's just fine. It's just the calibration. We're just rather us be on the last leg of the calibration in January than to just be figuring something out in January. Yeah, so imagine if all of a sudden today we were like, wait, maybe we should try this. Now we got another 4 months on the road kind of thing. Great job, bub. We'll go over, we'll do takeaways real fast. Whenever you're ready to hop in here, Mr. Chase, feel free, sir. Are you still rocking out your tennis ball warm-up, or you just finished? Nice. Sorry, let me snag this. Alrighty, takeaways. Alrighty, sir. Kind of just walk me through what are we taking away from today's session?
Like I feel like I've gotten a lot more used to like swinging up. So I need to get more away from that and more just like that like flat swing in the beginning and moving more up as the swing moves along instead of starting up.
Money. How often are you going back and watching your videos? Okay. I would say start if you're able to, and like on the free times. I would say like just go through and what's the swing look like when you're swinging it well? All right, and like go back and look at the swings when we were first starting this out. You know what I'm saying? And just notice what does your timing look like? What does your load look like? What does the process look like for you to get to certain pitches? Okay, just so that way you can kind of get an idea. Because in my head, and what I've experienced is that, especially as a hitter, if you're hitting well and you're not like noticing or taking notes, that's why we do this. If you don't know why you're doing well, you're just doing well. When you start struggling, you don't know what to do to get back to that good feeling because it was like, I don't know, I was just thinking hands high. But your hands high then led to your elbow being a little bit high. And I'm not saying you, I'm just saying like just a kind of like rabbit hole. It's like, well, did the hands high then raise the elbow and that made it better? Did the hands high made it to where you got into a slot bear? Like, what about the hands high helped out? Why did you have to think hands high? Previously, were your hands too low and that was causing something issue? Like, it's always important to understand, like, what are you doing well? And when you're doing well, what are you doing? So that way, if you do start struggling, it's a lot easier to remember and go back to that stuff rather than just like, I don't know, see my I don't know, just saw the ball and hit the ball. I don't know. It's like, good luck when you need to make an adjustment. So that's why we do all this. I know there is access if you ever wanted. If you click on this notes link, it'll take you to your good notes. So that way, if you wanted to go back and look at all of this stuff, you could if you wanted. I want to make sure that you have access to this stuff. I'm not saying you need to look at this stuff every single day, but I want you to be aware of, hey, if I wanted to, I have access to this. Any other takeaways?
I mean, I think that's what it was last night. I wasn't struggling more so with like timing. It was that swing because I was like saying, yeah, I feel like I was like all over the place, and I really can't like, and I was mostly popping up or going over. And I think it's it's more so like that bat angle. I mean,
I think
it's
so.
more evident on the paddle bat. You have to really hit it well, but yeah.
And I think that, like I said, if you're even if it's not what you programmed yourself for that day, if all of a sudden you're 2-3 swings in and you're like, oh no, grab the paddle. Like, don't go, well, I think I could work on it by doing something. Just grab the paddle, suck it up, grab the paddle, because you're only going to get 3 rounds in there of 6 swings. So don't wait till like the last 3 swings of your warm-up round to go, maybe I should grab the paddle. Grab it right away. Just make the jump. Just do it. And that way it exposes, like you said, like it showcases it even more than what it actually is. But that's good to know in that warm-up cage. You know what I'm saying? Great job. Anything else? Money, bub.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Tomorrow night, too.
Let's go! Fire me up, Finney. Fire me up.